Hi, this is Joe again with another review. Uh, well, actually, this is not really reviewed in this video. It's going to be more of a commentary uh, because I kind of touched on it a little bit in some of my more recent videos about the Christmas specials, and that people have been nitpicking, especially the liberals, and have been complaining about these Christmas shows. And I think I should do a review on it and complain about the complainers. Because it isn't right that people are true. I'm guilty of this also when I do my reviews, and just complaining about little things in these specials that we should point out. But there's other things that people don't point out, and they point out so many little things that are so stupid. Especially in these times, people are going crazy over these Christmas specials. Most notably, it actually did start back a couple weeks ago when we had Thanksgiving, and ABC aired the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving show. Even though it's not a Christmas special, it's a Thanksgiving special. But people were complaining, especially on Twitter and on Facebook and everything else, were complaining that in the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, when they had the dinner scene in the backyard, that Franklin, who was the only black character in the Peanuts universe, was sitting on the screen, on the left side of the screen. He's sitting there all by himself on that side, on the left side of the table. Linus is at the head of the table. Morrissey's at the other end of the table, on the bottom of the television screens, and all the other characters who are white. I'm talking about Charlie Brown, Sally, Peppermint Patty, and Snoopy were all on the right side of the table. And Linus, like I said, Linus is at one end of the table, and Sally and Morrissey is at the other end of the table. But on the left side of the screen, nobody was sitting next to Franklin. So everybody was complaining that the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving is racist because Franklin is sitting by himself. Look, I don't. If you want to blame somebody, blame Joe Solch, who since passed away 18 years. It's going to be almost 19 years in February. He'd be dead 19 years in February 2019. Blame him, because he was the one who drew the animation for the specials, and he's the one who did that. So you're going to blame a dead guy for being racist because Franklin is sitting on the other side of the table? I mean, these are a bunch of liberal morons that we have in this country now, in the United States now, when they complain that Franklin's. I mean, that special was around since 1974. There's 44 years the show has been on television, and first now in 2018, people are complaining over it. Right, and it gets worse. And one thing they don't. Well, before I go into the next show, what the liberals are complaining over, they never ever complain about talking about Thanksgiving when Sally is complaining. I never finished eating my Halloween candy. Meanwhile, she never went trick or treating in the first place. And the only excuse they had is because it was because Charlie Brown, the Green Pumpkin Charlie Brown first in 1966. Charlie Brown Thanksgiving first in 1973, 7 years later. So they said, oh, it's because it was 7 years later, you could say, oh, she went trick or treating. That's the excuse they used. Well, at least Charles Schulz and CBS, which originally aired these shows, mentioned, oh, it's because it's 7 years later, so she went trick or treating in 1973, then back in 1966. I mean, that's the dumb excuse they used to get rid of it. So that scene they don't complain about. And the scene at the end when Woodstock was eating a turkey. Nobody, when Snoopy made the whole Thanksgiving dinner for himself and Woodstock and his buddy Woodstock, and they're both eating the turkey, they don't complain that Woodstock was a cannibal. That they don't bring up. They don't bring up the scene where the only scene that they're really complaining over is the scene with Franklin sitting on the other side of the table, and all the white characters sitting on the other side of the table. That they focus on but not the scene with Woodstock being a cannibal. That they don't bring up. When we're going on to the next show, is of course the show that they're mostly complaining about now is of course the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer show. Calling it sexist. And not only that, but Yukon Cornelius is the first hip-hop character in a holiday special, because all he's interested in is silver and gold, and that's what all these hip-hop guys wear, all these silver and gold chains around the neck, and silver and gold rings on their fingers. They complain over that, but they mostly complain over the fact about the sexist scene in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And that's the scene where Rudolph, after being constantly picked off for having the red nose, he runs away, and his parents, both of them, Donna and Mrs. Donna, want to both go look for him. But Donna says to his wife, Mrs. Donna, "No, this is man's work," and he walks off and he tells her, "No." Instead of saying, "Look, I think somebody should be here in case Rudolph comes back," instead of saying that, which makes sense, he says, "No, this is man's work," and only a man can look for his own kid, right? The mother can look for his own kid, only a man can, and so they focus on that. They never focus on the bullying crap, with Rudolph constantly being picked on and bullied by all the other reindeer, even bullied by Santa Claus, even bullied by his own tormented by his own father, tormented by the other reindeer, by the elves, by everybody was picking on his poor reindeer. That they don't focus, the bullying crap they don't focus on, but they focus on that one scene when Donna says, "No, this is man's work." They focus on that scene. I mean, come on. I am surprised, I just did a review for Frosty's Winter Wonderland, and I am surprised that nobody is picking on the fact that Frosty the Snowman is a pervert, because all he does is hang around and play with kids all day long. Surprised they're not mentioning that Frosty is a pervert. I'm surprised they're not mentioning that. Of course, there's other specials that they're focusing on that you can always nitpick over. And like with Charlie Brown being depressed and all that type of thing. But of course, there's one thing they should mention, but it's not really anything related to the Christmas specials I'm focusing on for most of this video. But there was a story recently, this past Friday, and I'm doing this on Thursday, but the previous Friday, on November 30th, there was a story about a teacher in New Jersey who was a substitute teacher in New Jersey, was covering a first grade class. I'm not going to mention the school, because I don't know what school it is, so I'm not going to mention the school or anything. It's just that a first grade class in New Jersey had a substitute teacher, and the teacher told the class, a bunch of first graders, a bunch of 6-year-olds, that Santa Claus doesn't exist. It's a myth. And then the Easter Bunny was a myth, and the Tooth Fairy is a myth. Which they are. I mean, they are. Okay? I'm not saying no, but they are. And the teacher got, I understand the teacher got fired for it. And of course it brings up the whole thing, there's a war on Christmas. Which of course could be related to the picking on these Christmas specials. There's a war on Christmas for picking on these Christmas shows. And that's picking on things that if you're blind, you could pick this stuff up. Because I've seen it enough times, because I'm 47 years old, I've seen it since I was born, these shows. So of course you've seen it enough times, and the older you are, the more you tend to notice and pick these things up. So that's what I did in my videos, and so does anybody else. But any other critics who have a channel on YouTube could all figure this stuff out. But there's neither here or there. What the teacher did, and of course Sean Hannity is doing this whole rant on his Fox News show, saying, "Oh, there's the war on Christmas stuff," and I mean, come on, she ruined Christmas for a bunch of 6-year-olds. I mean, I used to know a girl who I grew up with, was a personal friend of mine, who was taught that Santa Claus was a myth. So we were all in elementary school together, and it was we were coming home on the last day of school before Christmas vacation, and there was another girl on the bus who was excited to see Santa Claus coming. And this girl that I knew personally says to this other girl that there's no such thing as Santa Claus. And of course, the other girl got upset, blamed his mother, and it was a big boo-ho-ha because the first girl says there's no such thing as Santa Claus. Because she was taught there's no such thing. And it's not that she didn't believe in Christmas or believe in God, and it had nothing to do with that stuff. It's just that the myth, Santa Claus is a myth. There's no such thing as, I mean, there was a St. Nicholas, but it was like he lived hundreds of years ago, or maybe 1,000 years ago. He doesn't exist today. He's been dead for hundreds and hundreds of years, and he doesn't exist anymore. He's dead. Okay? So he doesn't exist anymore. There's no such thing as the Easter Bunny, because they made a myth of Santa Claus to make it more kid, instead of being more religious friendly, which Christmas is. They try to make it more kid friendly, try to get kids involved, try to make it a whole family thing. So that's what people create with Santa Claus and all that stuff. So they make it more, I guess you could say, family friendly, I guess. Okay? That's why Santa Claus is around, and people get upset, and people say, well, there's no such thing as Santa Claus. It's true, there is no such thing as Santa Claus. If there's no such thing as Santa Claus, then how come people are going to the malls to buy gifts? Okay? I mean, if this is Santa Claus, people don't have to run to the stores and buy crap. They go waiting for Santa Claus to come. I mean, that's how ridiculous it's gone. But there is no such thing as Santa Claus, folks. I'm sorry to tell you this. There is no such thing. And there's no such war on Christmas. And it's just that the liberals and the people who don't believe in Jesus Christ or in God and stuff want to say, hey, don't tell me Merry Christmas. They want to hear Merry Christmas. They want to have all the other holidays involved. Say Happy Kwanzaa or Happy Hanukkah or Merry Christmas. They don't want to hear all that stuff. They just want to say Happy Holidays so that everybody's included. And that's why Santa Claus, the myth of Santa Claus is continuing to stay, so they have the kids involved. So that the kids will be looking forward to the holidays instead of being bored to tears for going to church on Christmas. So they can play with the new toys that the parents buy, and all that type of stuff. And that's how it is. That's my commentary on all these Christmas specials and war and stuff. And Hannity's an asshole. Sean Hannity is an a-hole. Okay. No question about it, because Fox is gonna keep giving us crap with the war on Christmas. There's a war on you, you schmuck. So shut up. So let me review of a commentary on all these nitpicking and Christmas specials. Please click on the video, please rate it, please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video on your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews and on my YouTube channel at rowdyc.com. That's all WDY, and that's C.com. Homepage is the Rowdy Reviewer, Christine Moore, and please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.